cooking with Doomsvince.
Hello, my gentle Doomsayers. I am Doomsvince, and you are watching Cooking with Doomsvince. Let's cook some Doom. Today I'm going to teach you how to prepare bananas. Step 1. You have completed step 1. Now that we have completed showing you how to prepare bananas, it is time to show you how to make Doomlettes. Specifically, chicken and cheese Doomlettes. Be sure to don your proper shielding. Tighten back. Protect your Doom coat. The coat that I have issued to all Doomsayers who are actually faithful Doomsayers. If you're wondering where your Doom coat is, maybe you need to prove yourself. Go out and write Doom on a tower or something, I don't know. Or go check your laundry. Immediately. It might be in the dryer. That's how I send it to you. The ingredients you will need for today. Cheese. Any kind of cheese, I use mozzarella. Why? Because I like mozzarella. Pepper. Basil. Parmesan. Liquid egg whites, or actual eggs if you would prefer actual eggs. I use egg whites because they are made of protein, not fat, and no vitamins. Oregano leaves, parsley flakes, and chicken. You may use chicken breast. You may use any kind of chicken you like. You can bake it, you can grill it, you can fry it. I don't care. I am going to use canned chicken so I don't have to teach you how to cook it. And for those of you who are 15 years and under, this is much safer than having to cook raw chicken. Sometimes it eats you. Was I thinking of raw chicken or crocodiles? It might have been crocodiles. You will also need non-stick cooking spray, so as not to let it stick to your frying pan, your pan in which you fry. You may also use oil. I use non-stick cooking spray. Far less fat. It's important to have a healthy Doom body. I use olive oil because it's delicious. You may also use canola oil. It has a much higher temperature at which it burns, so therefore you will have a less burny tasting omelette. Doomlet. It is a doomlet, an omelette of doom. First, spray your non-stick cooking spray onto your frying pan. It would help if you have a full can of non-stick cooking spray. Provided you are using canned chicken and not baking chicken, you will have to open your can of chicken. Use a can opener. Unless, of course, you use raw chicken, in which case no can is needed. Now, drain your chicken. I find it helps to strangle it. You should probably drain your chicken over the sink. Or over your enemy's head. Nobody is above draining chicken over Captain Logan's head. You should turn your burner to about a 3. A third of the way to the top. You do not want to burn your Doomlet. It is important. Low heat is key for making an omelette of doom. Otherwise you'll have burnt egg. It doesn't taste very good and it's usually pretty stiff. Shake well before dooming. You will use a thin layer. If you're using eggs, be sure to beat the eggs before you do this. Otherwise you will not end up with a doomlet. You will end up with scrambled eggs. It's very different. You will need only a thin layer. Only a thin layer. You do not want to have an extra thick doomlet. Very little is needed. Just enough to fold in half. But we're not there yet. Next, you will cover briefly until your doomlet has finished solidifying. It's the opposite of liquefying, which is what I plan to do to Captain Logan this Christmas. If you feel like your doomlet is taking too long, you can maneuver the frying pan to get some of the egg on top to the sides. It's not exactly necessary, and I don't think I'm going to have to do it, but you may have to. Hot. Next, you will use your chicken. Not the can, just the chicken. You will only need about a handful of chicken. Place it on one side of your doomlet. Make sure not to burn yourself if you've accidentally placed it in the wrong side of your doomlet. Next, you will need cheese. You will put your cheese on top of the chicken. Why? Because that's where it goes. Don't question the process. Approximately a pinch of cheese. I'm not giving you exact measurements. If you would like to drown your Doomlet in cheese, that is fine, but you will have a very cheesy Doomlet. Doomsvince is not a big fan of being cheesy. Next, you will spice your Doomlet. Use black pepper. Use it sparingly. It will make it very warm. Just sprinkle the top a little. That's how we're going to use all of the spices, because that's what spices are for. It helps if you remove the freshness ceiling from your basil. Put the cap back on. You do not want to make a basil Doomlet. Then your oregano. You may, if you like, put a little Parmesan cheese inside of your Doomlet. The parsley is coming later. It is a garnish. If you wonder what garnish means, it is not the actress who played Electra. I have been known to, in the past, use hot sauce inside of my Doomlet. Don't use much or else you will end up with a hot sauce Doomlet. You're trying to make a Doomlet, not a kaboomlet. Only a few drops is necessary. Use a spoon to spread it onto the part of the Doomlet that is not covered in chicken and cheese and spices. Now you may use your Doomlet flipping implement to flip your Doom into a half circle. As I said earlier, now is the time! Then you cover your Doomlet and let the chicken and cheese melt together. The cheese will melt, the chicken will stay roughly the same. You can put the rest of your chicken into a separate receptacle, but make sure you choose one big enough. Mine's a little overflowing. Doomsvince has dropped chicken on his floor. He will clean it later. Put your receptacles along with your cheese and eggs into your refrigerator. Now you may remove your Doomlet from the Doom frying pan. Frying pan of Doom. Place your Doomlet on a plate. It should now be largely empty except for the things that you failed to put inside of the egg. Now you may sprinkle a slight amount of Parmesan cheese on top of your Doomlet. And then garnish with parsley. You may now devour your Doomlet.